Sally, I want you to go. I want you to get out of here right now.
Why? Something making you nervous, Eric?
You're threatening my family. I don't take that lightly.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't think there's much you can do about it. Except maybe sit down, relax, and I'll tell you a fascinating story about one of your so-called children.
What do you mean she stormed out?
Well, Sally was in here with Massimo, and they must have had an argument or something. I don't know.
Has she just left the building?
No. She did not just leave the building. She flew out of here in a rage. Ugh. And then Massimo left right after she did.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, little man, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
It looks like we're interrupting a meeting. Where's Sally?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
You know, I'll bet she's at home right now making up with that tycoon.
I don't think so.
What, did Sally and Massimo have an argument?
A big one, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, I have never, ever seen her this upset, you guys. Oh, and trust me, I have seen this woman as mad as she gets.
I wonder what's going on.
I think I know.
What you got in the box, little man?
Donuts.
Donuts? Not the kind with chocolate sprinkles.
Uh-huh. Your favorite.
I love donuts. Is there one there with my name on it?
With your name on it? Oh, Zende. That's, a figure of speech. It basically means, is there one in there for Clark? Oh, yeah. There's one in here for you, Clark. And you too, darling.
Thank you, sweetie.
I tell you what, little man. Why don't you go out to the lounge and grab us some plates so we can put our donuts on?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Kristen, what's going on? What's happening with Sally?
Where's Mother?
She left with Massimo.
Where did they go?
I don't know, but they must have left in a hurry and they didn't even shut the door.
All right, so now what?
Well, whatever it is, it has something to do with whatever Massimo rushed over here to tell her.
But he wanted to see Mother alone.
Yeah, and he was very upset.
He didn't say anything at all to you?
No, he specifically didn't want me to hear it.
Guy's got some secrets going.
Well, he's not the only one. Your mother has been acting very strange lately, and it's like she's hiding something.
Why do you say that?
Because she basically admitted it to me when I asked her about it.
So what the hell are the two of them hiding?
You have something to say to me, Sally. Say it, and then get out.
Still as scornful as ever. I wonder if you'll be feeling quite so high and mighty after you've heard my story. It's an interesting one. It all happened many years ago. You were still in college, Eric. Perfect timing. Come on in. Sit down. It's Aunt Sally's story hour.
Sally, I want you to leave my home.
I've been trying to get her to leave.
Sally, let's go.
I'm not going anywhere with you, Massimo. But I'm glad you're here. You can check my facts.
Eric, Stephanie, would you mind giving me a few moments alone with Sally?
Nobody's going anywhere. I came here to say something. And nobody's going to move until I'm finished.
Sally, I'm warning you.
Well, after that, Eric, you must be dying of curiosity.
Yes, Yes, you have my attention, Sally. Now, what is it? What did you come over here to tell me?
She came over to tell you something that you already know.
I don't think so.
What are you people talking about?
She's talking about my love for Stephanie. Sally, Eric already knows, and he's accepted it.
Accepted it? Is that what you said? I've accepted it?
You mean you haven't?
Stephanie, take Sally and leave. I want you to leave.
I'm not finished yet, Eric.
Sally, go. Go!
Come on, Sally. Let's go.
All right, all right. I will give you gentlemen 5 minutes to settle this. 5 minutes, not a second more. Forget about it, Highness. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna tell him. Eric is going to learn the truth about Ridge today.
So what could it be? What could Massimo and Mother possibly be hiding?
I don't know. Your mother usually tells me everything.
Well, excuse me, I'm gonna go pick up the kids.
Okay, why don't you stop and get them a snack on the way home?
Okay.
Tell me about the talk that you had with your father.
It went well. We talked through a lot of stuff.
Did you talk through everything about the meeting and him voting against you?
My dad thinks about things very differently than I do. I'm more confrontational, and I don't think there's really anything wrong with being that way.
No. No.
He's more of the diplomat. I'm the warrior. How he ever ended up with a son like me, I'll never know.
Well, maybe because you're so different, that's why he loves you so much. I don't think you realize you're his favorite.
You two know something.
They're gonna find out eventually, Kristen.
All right, look. My mother left my dad.
Left him as in left the marriage?
No, it's just a separation, and hopefully that even won't be permanent.
What's this have to do with Sally and Massimo?
Massimo's in love with Stephanie.
And now she's available.
Of course.
Oh.
Of course. Oh no, Sally had a whole future planned with her and the big guy.
My God, that must have been so hard for her.
Come on, guys. She'll get over it. She's a tough old cookie, right?
No, not when it comes to men. They just tend to use her.
Oh, darling, don't be melodramatic.
You didn't see her today when she left Clark. She was raging. I had no idea where she was going, but she had that look in her eye, you know, like when she's charging into battle, and nobody's gonna be able to stop her. Not Massimo, not Stephanie. No one.
Well, isn't this cozy? Tell me something, Highness. Exactly how long were you hoping to keep this genetic information away from me?
Sally, this isn't any of your business.
Of course it's my business. Massimo Barone is my business. Didn't it ever occur to you that maybe the fact that he fathered a child with you might tend to affect the way I feel about him? I mean, call me old-fashioned.
There is no reason for you to be involved or doing this.
There are many reasons for me to get involved. Your family gave me all of them.
Whatever differences that you may have with me, Sally, they should not involve my son and my husband.
Stephanie, I have had differences with practically every single member of your family at one time or another. Now, if you'd like me to make a list, I'd be very happy to do that. And then I'm going to go out there and talk to your husband. Oh, excuse me. Is he still your husband, Eric? I mean, the only reason I'm asking is because I heard somewhere that you had left him for another man. Another man, I might add, that I had some interest of forming a future with.
I did not leave Eric for Massimo.
Of course you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, stop it. You left Eric for Massimo, and Massimo encouraged you.
I'm still in love with my husband, Sally.
Oh, yeah? Then why did you run out on him? Huh? After all these years, why? There had to be a very significant reason for that. Could it possibly be that there was another man involved, a man whom you recently found out you shared a son with? But I think you're going to end up with nothing. I'll tell you. You are going to end up with nothing. You're going to lose Massimo. You're going to lose Eric. You are going to lose Ridge. It's all going right up in smoke. Poof. And it's going to leave you with a dull ache right in the pit of your stomach. And it doesn't go away. Believe me, I know all about that. I have had that ache ever since my daughter died. But you know, life has a funny way of leveling the field. It does. And right now, I am in a position to level it even more. So all of those years and all the humiliation and the misery and the lies that you heaped on me, I'm going to have the satisfaction of paying you back for that. And Stephanie, there isn't a blessed thing you can do about it.
You come into my house with my wife and you announce that you're in love with her, and you expect me to accept that?
I didn't mean to upset you, Eric.
Well, what was your intention?
Let's just drop it. I didn't come here to argue.
And why did you come here?
I thought perhaps we might resolve some of our differences.
That's not why you're here. This has something to do with Sally, and I want you to tell me what it is.
You know, it's interesting, Highness. Looking at you right now, I could almost feel sorry for you. And maybe if you weren't so arrogant and such a hypocrite, I might. You know, it is so ironic about you. Of all of the women I knew, you were the one with the secret. You turned out to be the one with the love child, the bastard child. And it's so ironic, really. Because you were the one we all admired. You were the one we all wanted to emulate, me especially. Because you were the very paragon of virtue and respectability.
I did not know that Ridge was Massimo's child.
Oh, come on, Stephanie. How could you not know who the father of your child was?
I don't have to explain myself to you, Sally.
Oh, fine, then you can go explain it to Eric. Come on.
All right, stop. You know that I grew up with Massimo. I went to school with him, high school, and we went off to the same college together. I met Eric. I had had a brief affair. I wouldn't even call it an affair with Massimo. I'm sure he's told you all of this.
He has. But I'm finding it so much more delicious hearing it from you.
Oh, of course you are.
Listen, it's possible that back then you didn't know who the father of the child was, but you certainly do now. So what are you going to do about it? A little damage control, huh? I thought maybe you ought to have a press conference and look for a little sympathy that way. You know, think of me as kind of a Jiminy Cricket character, the one that is telling you to let your conscience be your guide. I'm also the one who is going to make you take a long, cold look at yourself. And I'm warning you right now, Highness, you are not gonna like what you see.
Sally is a woman scorned.
She said she had something to tell me.
I already told you what it was.
That you're in love with my wife? No. No. She said it had something to do with my children. She threatened my children.
Because she knows that would devastate them.
They already know how you feel about my wife. That's not it.
Yes, but they don't know how she feels about me. That's the threat, Eric.
You're never gonna have my wife, Massimo. You're a fool if you think you are. Oh, she's flattered. I see that. She's flattered by the attention. But she and I have a lifetime of history together. We have children together. You can't compete with that. You will never give her what I have given her.
We'll see about that, Eric.
If Dad does have a favorite, it isn't me. It's Rick.
Honey, I've seen how your father is with you. I know he loves Rick and Thorne and all of his children, but the two of you have a very special bond together. He's been training you. You're his prodigy. Honey, I know that his goal was to give you that business one day.
Yeah, he told me the same thing.
Do you believe him?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But it's not gonna happen. Too many complications in the form of Brooke, Rick, Bridget.
It's not fair, is it? A man raises his son and builds a business for him to take over one day, and then one day, all of his dreams are stolen from him. Everything he worked for and planned and sacrificed for is just all taken away, and it's not fair. You know your father's devastated.
Taylor, he lost me as a CEO, but he didn't lose me as a son.
What do I have to say to you to convince you not to do this, not to interfere?
If you offered me all the money in the world, it wouldn't be enough.
You're willing to hurt Ridge and Eric in this way, and it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, Stephanie, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hurt Ridge. I'm probably going to do him a big favor. And Eric, well, don't you think it's time he knew the truth? Doesn't every father have a right to know who his own son is or isn't?
Well, isn't that my decision? I mean, where is your decency, Sally?
What? Where is my decency? Oh, boy, that's rich. Where was your decency, Stephanie, when Brooke was seducing Thorne, my daughter's husband, and breaking her heart and ruining her life? Where was your decency then? Did you even have the decency to try and help? Did you even have the small amount of decency to at least talk to Thorne about it?
You know I did. I loved Macy. I loved your daughter. Why do you keep throwing this in my face? Do you think Macy would want you to do something like this? Do you? Do you think that she'd want you to extract some sort of revenge? Go against my son? Tear down the foundation of his life? Are you really prepared to live with yourself after you do something like that?
I can't believe it. You are actually trying to lay a guilt trip on me.
No, I'm not. Sally, I'm begging you, please. Don't say anything to Ridge, and don't say anything to Eric. Please don't do this.
Do my ears deceive me, or did I hear the word please? Are you actually pleading for mercy, Stephanie? Well, I don't believe you. I don't believe for 1 minute you're pleading for mercy, because in order to do that, you would have to understand humility. And I think that is a virtue that is as foreign to you as compassion. I'll tell you the real truth. It's all about you. Ridge is going to be fine. He is even going to prosper. Massimo will see to that. And as far as Eric is concerned, well, knowing the full truth will help him make his own decisions about the rest of his life. You're the one who is going to suffer. You are the one with the lily white reputation that is going to be besmirched forever. You're going to lose everything you ever had, Stephanie. The social elite is going to drop you. They are going to say you are a hypocrite and a liar, and you won't be able to deny it because it will be true. And after years of heaping scorn and humiliation on other people, you are finally going to know what it's like to feel it yourself. You are finally going to know what it's like to be me.